Hello friends, my name is Coco and you don't know me and I don't know you, but I am very happy you're alive today. Today is Wednesday. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. See, I know what day it is today. Yesterday I didn't, but today I know what day it is. One thing I just kind of wanted to talk about, which I started to mention in the last video, very kind of briefly towards the end, and then I thought, crap, should have talked about that more in detail for today's video, and saved it for today, but, I already had done the video, and I thought it was okay, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit more today, which is, yesterday I did tell you, make sure that your home life, or that your home is like your own little personal sanctuary, because out there we tend to deal with a lot of crap, and a lot of people, and the world can be very cruel at times, and sometimes we need our own little place, our own little safe place, or a safe space, so to say, our own little safe space to kind of get us caught back up and refreshing ourselves and say, okay, it was crazy out there. It's not going to be crazy in here, though, so I can take that time to recharge up and get myself in the right mindset is what I'm trying to say. It's very, very important. It's very, very important because if you feel like you have a lot to deal with out there and then you come home and you have a lot to deal with, it does add more stress to you, and then you feel like you can't get a breather, and that's a surefire path to having a meltdown. So I know there's situations. I know a lot of people don't have ideal situations. Like, I know, okay, if you're not living with people that can make you feel that way and you're feeling very stressed out, or if you, let's say, live at home and you have some problems at home with mom or dad or things like that, or you have roommates you can't stand, or you're living with family, whatever the case may be, it's okay, though. We can still find our own little spot. So, for example, if you don't have your whole home, you may have a room, and this room is your room. This room is for you, so when you close the door, if you need to, you can cry it out. If you need to, you can get mad, have a pillow in there, punch the pillow. Just no walls, okay? Don't punch any walls. But, have your treasure trove of things that make you happy in there, some good posters that might set you right. Like, I know for a while I used to have, like, the little serenity prayer right in front of my door before I would walk out. And that was at my parents' house, so it was right there. So every day when I walked out, I had to look at it and just remind myself, whatever's going to happen out there is whatever it's going to be. And I'm only going to try to have patience and courage and strength to deal with those things. So it's very important. Like I said, if you don't have your whole house, that's okay. You can have a room, your personal room that kind of helps you with those things. And if you feel like you're still being bugged or things like that, start kind of considering what will help you get your own personal room, your own personal space, so that way you can decompress from the day and just kind of recharge yourself back up. Or if you need to, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor, so if you see the doorknob, I just realized, if you see the doorknob behind me, it's because I'm sitting on the floor, so I was like, man, I'm tired today. But anyway, it's very important to have your own personal space, because again, there's a lot of stuff you deal with out there, and there's a lot of people you deal with out there, and if your home life isn't good, or you don't have your own personal space and you have to deal with that out there, you can lead to a breakdown. I know it's happened to me. I know it's happened to several other people. So try to think of what will help you get your own space, whether it is a room in your house or maybe the garage or somewhere, a backyard, maybe a part of it. Figure it out. And if you're saying, well, no, there's nowhere, then maybe start considering what you need to do in your life to get you to where you need to be. And it can be a hard decision. Like when I first started PPC, for those of you that haven't been with me, when I first started PPC, I was working in the medical field, and I was miserable every day, and I was emotional, and I think in a couple of videos there's a recording of me like the day I stood up for myself and I was all proud, and then the day I had to quit my job and I was all upset. But after a certain point, is it worth jeopardizing myself? And the answer is no. It's never worth jeopardizing myself for my own happiness. So it wasn't something that was planned right away. It did make my life harder at a certain point. However, it was totally worth it. When I lived at my old place and we had lots of roommates and there was lots of issues and things like that, Elias and I had to look at each other and say, okay, what are we going to do to get our own place? And we weren't working in jobs where we could really afford our own place, and our place is very small, but for the time being it was what we needed. And even if we struggled, even if it was hard, and it was hard, it was a struggle, it was a very, very long uphill battle, but nonetheless, we got out of there, and it was such an immediate change. No more drama to deal with, no more having to stress about certain things. And it was worth it. And just like my job, no more stress, no more things like that. And there's going to be struggle, but is the struggle going to be worth it, or is jeopardizing yourself going to be worth it more? And the answer is the struggle is always going to be worth it. It just doesn't feel like it at the time, okay? So please, 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 before I let this video get on too long, I think I'm at 5 minutes already, please, 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 try to figure out what will give you your own personal space. And again, it can be your bedroom, it can be a garage, it can be some people who might have an attic or a basement, whatever it is, just your own personal room that will help you get yourself back and ready. Because there are days where I'm dealing with like the crappiest people. I'm just having like a Murphy's Law day. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And it's so nice to come home and say, I'm finally home. And even if I'm still upset and I'm frustrated, I'm home. This is my safe space. This is my personal space that makes me feel good. So when I walk back out that door, I can deal with whatever crap people are trying to give me. So I encourage you guys to do it, see how it works. If you need to, comment below, comment on Facebook, wherever, if you need to, just to get out your frustrations, or say, I don't know, or whatever. We can all figure it out together. It is a hard thing. Like when I was living at home, it is hard to try to find your own space if you really need to, but I did have a room. I tried to have my room, or if I felt like I couldn't be in my room, I would go outside to the backyard, or sometimes I may go for a walk, but it's not the same. You need your own personal space. So try it out, see how it goes, let me know, okay? Again, if it doesn't work, it's okay. We're gonna keep trying, because ultimately either we can stop trying and you can just not exist, or we can keep trying because you deserve to be happy, and that's the bottom line. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and you deserve everything good that can happen, okay? Don't let that mind and the depression tell you differently. You are capable, and you are worthy. Sorry, I was trying not to cough. You are capable, and you are very, very much worthy of everything good and everything happy to come your way, okay? So I love you all. Do the best that you can. That's all that anybody asks for. And remember, please, please, please remember, I am very happy you're alive today, okay? So have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. See how it is. Try to figure out your own space, okay? All right, bye-bye.